Right. Hello, and welcome back to Highfleet. We left off having just restarted from the save file. We're about to be hitting this garrison up here with basically all of our fighting fit corvettes. We're hitting this area down here with the Hellfire. And we're sending the Nomad to get us intel from this satellite relay over here while it repairs. It says no fuel. I hope it's going to actually make that. We might have to send him a fuel silo from the Hellfire if not. Oh well. Ooh, a relatively small garrison for once. Who knew? Right. That should go last, obviously, as should this. The Paladin should probably be moved up a bit. I'll take an Intrepid first. Well, not first, but before the Comoran. The Fat Man's important to actually send first. It'll shoot down most of the missiles from these flowers. So that will be the plan here. Where are we? On the right side of the screen. There we go. Little burst fire. They have got proximity fuse rounds, so something to be wary of. If we time that right, there we go. That flower is down to one more missile. Ooh, we're taking some nasty hits though from engine overheat. We are unable to act, and it's laggy. Lovely. Oh, come on, game. What's it lagging over? Ah! Oh my god, this is awful. What's up with it? There we are. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's get out, let's get out. We're not going to get out, are we? No. The engines are on fire, they can't. Gits. I'm actually going to restart this. I'm a bit annoyed at how that went. Just trying to avoid getting hits from these missiles and prox fuse things. Yeah. Move. We're gonna have to leave. I've decided these Fat Mans are definitely not as good as I was assuming they were at the start. They're actually pretty bad. Yeah, it's gone. They are so easily killed. I'm going to stop taking it first. It's terrible. It's a terrible design. We'll take a Gepard. The issue with it is, if you look at it, I'll move it to the front just so it's in this light here. Its fuel systems, they are armoured here. We've got some armour around the fuel. We've got a nice bit of armour in front of the bridge. But here's the issue, right? Do you see a fire extinguisher? No. There is no fire extinguisher. The moment that a fat man gets set on fire, and it's not difficult to do. As soon as anything hits these fuel tanks, it will set on fire. That fire overheats the engines, freezing them up from you controlling them. So as soon as this sets on fire, you basically lose all control. You can't retreat, you can't do anything other than fire your guns back at them, and you can't put the fire out. The moment this thing just gets the slight, just a couple of embers land on it, it's dead. It's so easily killed. It's such a terribly designed ship. And all it would require is a fire extinguisher. That's all it needs. Like, just a fire extinguisher underneath these fuel silos here. Just a fire extinguisher. That's all it needs. A pair on each, just one on each side, would make this would go from being an absolutely terribly designed ship to being amazing. The worst thing is that a fire extinguisher, along with maybe a couple of hull frames, you could get 2 fire extinguishers and a couple of hull squares to mount them onto for about 700 coins. Yeah, 700 quid. That's it. 700. For the cost of 700 quid, the Fat Man could become a very viable, dangerous ship. But without that, it's terrible. The Gepard here has got 2 fire extinguishers on the top, and it's got some missiles. This is a deadly ship. This is an absolute workhorse, an amazing ship, as is the Intrepid here. And the Intrepid, like, would it kill them to just, for the design, just like remove this jammer or whatever here and just stick a bunch of armour along the bottom so that they can't just shoot up into these fuel tanks here? But anyway, that's why I use my own design at the start rather than the AI ones, well, the default ones in the game, because mine aren't terrible. That's the point, actually. I should fire the missiles off before... Oh! I think I accidentally left. I do that sometimes. I skirt around the edges without realising that I'm close to a retreat point. I think we dodged most of those prox fusers. This thing does actually have flares, would you believe? I know, someone bothered to put those on. We've got a bit of a hit there on them. Ow, 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 ow. Let's see if we can dodge those prox rounds. There-ish. Ooh, just missed. Right, I think that's about as much as we're going to do. We can bring the Comoran in now. Should go for those flares there. Right, there we are. Comoran should be able to handle the rest of these. That's one down. Okay. Got him. Excellent. We'll refuel, repair, and get moving. Right. Oh, and of course the repairs. Ooh, that'll take a while. The Intrepid. This shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Come on. Oh, I don't know how long we're gonna wait for these. That's a bit long. We'll give them until we've completed our missions with these two here and got them refueled a bit, but we'll not hang on too long. Some ballistics. They've got some nasty missiles on them. There's a gladiator. I think that's the rocket launcher variant. So that's something to watch out for. The Intrepid we should be able to just tap and it'll die. I'm not entirely certain where all these are, but fairly certain I'm hitting them. That's the gladiator. That one dies first. Ballistics there. Got him. Let's get it repaired. We've got a Fennec, we've got a Bosch God, and we've got a Fat Man. Okay. Lovely stuff. Right. Oh, and we want to get, because I forgot to push the button there, we want to just repair this. It'll be done in 25 hours. And I think that's it at full repairs. Would you believe? Okay. Right, let's send a fuel silo with a full stock of fuel over to the Nomad. Meanwhile, how are we doing here? Right, we've got plenty of ships here, we can easily take Sheath. I think we do just that. I think we go to Sheath and we capture the place. I understand we'll not get all our repairs in, but needs to be done. Right. Let's get the repairs done here. We've got a paladin, a gepard, and a fennec. Okay. Oh, and nearly forgot, we want to then, of course, set this on to repair. 60 hours and we won't get most of the guns on. They've just not got the parts in stock, really. Right. What we can do at this point is we can send the fuel silo, paladin, not the archangel, it's really not ready. All of these that we've just recruited we can send to the Hellfire.
Warning, radar emission detected.
Radar emission, that's not going to be good. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got a flower, and there's a ballistic here. The gladiators, the normal ones with the 100 mils, there are 4 of them. The gepard will shoot down a lot of the missiles from the flower and probably take that out. Same with the slugger, that's easily taken out, and a lot of missiles there. So we can move this around, dodging incoming fire, and take out these 2. I would then argue that we probably want to send in the paladin. It's got some nasty missiles with it, and we can, on the gladiator, load the incendiaries, and we can load incendiaries here. We'll keep the Comoran as is, but then just before the Comoran we'll send the Intrepid. As we know from before, the Intrepid, especially if we load the armor piercing, will absolutely wreck these gladiators given the chance with armor piercing rounds. Keeping that in mind, I think that should be a sound strategy. So clear the way in terms of missiles from these missile carriers here. Hopefully eat some of the missiles from the gladiators and ballistic perhaps, but it'll probably be called out then. Hopefully we can set a few fires before we go. Get the paladin in, launch its full missile complement, just destroy what we can before then hitting them with the main batteries. Hopefully kill another 1 or 2, pull that out before it gets destroyed, send the Intrepid in, clean up the gladiators. If that isn't enough, the Comoran should absolutely shred them. I'm trying not to send this in as often because getting this repaired and the parts for it will be difficult. And we preferably, we don't want this getting too damaged. This is probably the only thing that can take on that carrier vessel. Just kind of, toe to toe. If we can get to the carrier, weaken all the others, and then send weaken the carrier with and all its escorts with the corvettes. The Comoran should be able to finish it. That's hopefully going to be our strategy on this front. Well, it's working. We're setting that flower on fire. Oh yeah, it's on fire. It's not happy at all. And I think it just had a fuel explosion there, or ammo or something. Right. We appear to be out of the special incendiary rounds. There's the slugger. Yeah. There he goes. Okay, we've done our job. We'll call it quits for there. Paladin, right, it's this thing's job to try and get a few kills. If possible. Let's fire those missiles. Fire those missiles again. That one's nearly gone, that ballistic. Let's not retreat just yet. I nearly did then, I didn't realise for a second how close I'd got. Ooh. Right, we have to go. Missile complements. All of them, just fire all the remaining missiles, put out the fuel, fire and go. Right, Intrepid. With armour piercing rounds. Got one. Got two. Just have to kind of tap fire this. Dodge those missiles. Ooh, very close, very dangerous. We're gonna have to pull this out. We've taken too many hits. Come on then. Right. It's saying missile destroyed, but I'm tapping the missile fire button and none of them were firing, so I don't know what it's on about there. Yeah, these are really hammering me, these. I'm not able to do much in response. We lost the Comoran. What the hell are these flaming gladiators? I'm really beginning to hate gladiators as a ship, because I'm facing them more often than not. It's probably one of the best designed AI ships, I would argue. I have immediately been blown up. Christ almighty. Just immediately ate a goddamn bomb. That's just rubbish. I'm not taking that. Absolutely not. Right, come on. Let's start some fires on this gladiator, eh? Let's get him messed up so the Comoran doesn't have to deal with it. He's on fire. His engines are going. Oh god, that nearly rammed into me. Come on. Nearly. Ooh, dodged those pretty well. Can't really do much about the 57 mils firing on me. You have to be very quick to dodge them. Anyway, let's try. See if we can get rid of that flower. Gotta stop giving them my underside. It seems to have lost all the plate in there, if there was any. Right. That's those two dead. We've given the gladiator a bloody nose, at the very least. Right. That slugger looks like it's nearly gone. It's on fire, I think that's dead, yeah. We'll make our way to the retreat point. Oh, yeah, there. Ah. I keep missing these shots. Got him. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Right, let's get some of these missiles out. 1, 2. Right, we're on fire, we've run out of fire extinguishers. Get to that retreat point, come on! No. Right, we lost the paladin. We've lost the paladin. Right, let's see if we can snipe some of these. There's the armor piercing rounds gone. One of them's dead. Dodge those. That's another one. In fact, did one of them just run out of fuel? Because it's not the one I've been shooting at. Ha 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 ha! They shot their own. They shot their own. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of engine burns. Fuel's nearly out. Right, got a couple good hits just then before we went. We've got the other Intrepid now. Right, let's get rid of this nav in here. We've just got less incoming fire then. We've got a missile we can fire. We have no way of putting that out, so we'll make our escape.
BO tanks are on fire.
Here comes the Comoran then.
Engine lost.
There we go, there's a hit.
Kill confirmed. Engine lost. Target destroyed.
Got him. Not great. But alright. Sure, guns. I don't think that thing will be fighting anymore though. Oh, here's an idea. And Intrepid and Shipworks, we have a lot to repair. God, I can just see that repair time going up. I see it starts with a 1. It's not in the teens, is it? That's going to be in the hundreds. Yeah, that's a long time. At the very least, though, here's one thing I'm going to do. Let's try... Oh yeah, they're sending some ships over. Let's send rockets and these with rockets, and let's go. Hello. Let's do a rocket strike on this aircraft group while we wait. Right, Nomad, can you tell me where the strike group is? They're there, eh? Interesting. Very interesting. Right. How fighting fit is the Nomad? So. Oh, this'll be funny. Oh, so it sent them out with cannons. Ah, right, okay. So it saw my group coming and sent them with cannons. Ah, so that's how you can counter planes with planes.
Attention, new target on the radar.
Yep. Well, let's fire a few off. Oh, more. Yeah, we got them all. They'll not be pestering us anymore now.
Attention, new target on the radar.
So where did my planes go? Because they didn't all get shot down. That's bad. Yep, that hit right in the centre. Ooh. Their carrier's up here, I think. It's definitely around there. So we know where the strike group is. That plane's going to be lucky to get out of here. Got him. So what happened to my planes? I know they were intercepted, but they didn't all die. Oh dear. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's still gonna hurt like hell and probably strip all the armor plating off the top decks, but...
Attention, new target on the radar.
Great, more planes. What do we actually have left here? The Intrepids are just... How bad is this? And we can't even do anything here. Right, Intrepid's ruined, that one's wrecked, that's damaged but fighting fit. The Kimura is questionable. The Gepard's gone. The slingshot's out of planes, because even though they got past them, apparently they just got deleted off the map then. God knows why. The Voshgod is... Well, it's not... Does it have guns on it? It's fine anyway. The Fat Man looks a bit scuffed, but is fine. Same with Skylark. The Wasp's lost its planes. No, that's not a Wasp. That's a longboat. Why does it... I don't know. The Fennec looks scuffed but fine, and the Egida, whatever it is, damaged, but its weapon systems look okay. It looks like it's just taken a bit off the top. So we're scuffed, but we're fine. Down here, the Nomad.
Attention, new target on the radar.
I swear if they just keep spamming these goddamn nukes, which they will do, they'll just keep spamming these. Until this group is out of here, they will keep spamming these nukes. And there could be any of these three.
Attention, new target on the radar.
The E-Lint is at 120. So I would tend to think that they're down with that aircraft group. Over on that side. So here's what I think. We take a fuel silo and every single ship that isn't the Hellfire. We land here.
Hold that ship going. Warning, radar emission detected.
$150. Yes. Something down here. If that is them, we'll give them a bloody nose before we go.
Attention, new target on the radar.
Missile? Yeah, more nukes. Of course it's more nukes.
Engine lost.
That was a really nasty hit, that.
System is on fire.
They're almost dead. that strike group will move there.
New target on the radar.
The strike group's moving toward here.
Attention, new target on the radar.
Do we have anything that I can fire from any of the groups back at it? We've got an A100 here. One moment. Let's have a bit of a shot back at him, eh? Ow. So, confirmed that down in one of these two is that carrier. Over here we are ready for our journey. That should be the carrier. The strike group's moving up here. This should be a carrier, either here or here.
Warning, radar emission detected.
There's another nuke heading to them. It's not here.
The enemy has been destroyed.
We scuffed a bit of the paintwork, but I think we're otherwise fine. We're gonna have to move though. If it is around here, we've got to get it before it hits us. So I mean, I've put that repair order on, but
New target on the radar.
get away, get away, get away from it. Gotta keep these fighting fit as we can.
Attention.
It just gets me how many of these damn things they have. I think they've spammed like a dozen nukes at me at this
Target
point.
on the radar. Attention. Visual contact.
It's coming from me. I would say that it's maybe en route to to our group. At least when you hit them in the air like that, a fair distance away from you.
Thermal signature detected.
I was right.
Attention, new target on
I
the
was
radar.
very right.
Thermal signature detected. Attention, new target on the radar.
Yeah, they're all just tracking ones. We're not going to be able to do much with that.
Thermal signature detected.
It's absolutely down there. For God's sake.
Attention, new target on the radar.
How's the Hellfire looking? Not great. The Nomad's dead. They got the Nomad. Let's move away from it, move away from it. Just burning armor and guns off of the top. Right,
Attention, new target on the radar.
now it's getting nuked. So the group that we sent over here has just been killed, basically.
Attention, new target on.
Yeah, they're just... It's just skirting around, spamming those things. All the guns are blown off in vessels.
Engine lost. Abandoned ship.
I think we've lost here. Again, the issue is finding out where exactly they are, because when you do find where you are, well... What then? So what?
Thermal signature.
Get back here, you cowards! I'm still annoyed that it destroyed that fighter group for no reason. We've absolutely not got enough to take these out. Mind you, they've not got much left. We've got some nasty guns on this thing. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can try and curve that missile round into them. Ooh, that one a nasty hit. Are they all colliding up there?
Target destroyed.
Got one.
Engine lost. Engine overheating.
No, not the... Oh, God. Shouldn't the Typhoon have spawned in by now? Because there's only 2 left here. Ooh.
Fuel 50%.
For some reason, it doesn't seem to like hitting me at this angle. The other one does, though, unfortunately.
Fuel tanks are on
Ah.
Fuel tanks are on fire.
How is it not dead yet?
Fuel system is burning. The fuel system is burning. Overheating engine.
Gone. Where is it? There it is.
The fuel system is burning.
Get him!
Abandoned ship.
Its left side engines aren't looking too hot now.
Engine overheating.
Come on, self right. There we go.
Abandoned ship.
It's on fire. Unconventional, yes. Effective, though. Yes, as well.
Abandoned ship. Kill confirmed.
We got him! Typhoon destroyed. Just out of curiosity. Oh yeah, we can't even repair, can we? We're just gonna have to hope we've got enough. If the main battery is fine on the Hellfire, which it usually is, it takes a lot to take that thing out.
Target on the radar. New target.
They are literally spamming the remainder of their nuke stocks at us. Get away, get away, get away. Oh god, that might be a lot of... I think that's us gone.
Attention. Visual contact.
You are kidding me. They moved. Cheeky sods, they've shifted.
Engine lost.
Hmm. That was it. It's gone. so annoying. The issue is that we're just being spammed with nukes. I wish I had a few left of my own that I could just send their way. Maybe that's an idea, actually. Where is there that I could take with nukes? Let me have a look on this map. When it loads back up. We might have to re-strategize this. A wasp, nice, nice. Couple of, not, I keep saying wasp. No, it's a longbow. It says wasp. It's glitched. A tanker is terrible. I hate your face. A fat man, a triumphant. That's huge. A triumphant carries nukes. That is huge. A Wanderer Mark II and an Archangel, that's big, that's big. A Skylark is a bit just... okay, a Jaguar, that's good. Okay. We've got 4 A100Ns. That's actually huge. Theoretically, we could move this out here and just nuke these aircraft carriers. That might be a good first call, that. Might be a good shout. Just move across here. Nuke the aircraft carriers. That's huge. That might be a game changer. I think definitely still send the Nomad out this way. We'll do that now. Where are we? Nomad. And it's the Archangel that's damaged. They can land here. I'm still happy sending the Hellfire and some fuel silos over to this side here. And I think then the rest, once fueled, we'll move them along here and just start nuking. We'll nuke this, then move in. We'll nuke this, then move in. We might send a nuke over to here. And we should try to counter nuke them. Just to avoid being hit with nukes. I think that it might be prudent, once we've taken these over, to just start sending, like, possibly the Skylark ahead of the fleet. Essentially as like a decoy. Or maybe the tanker or something, just send it ahead as a decoy. So that any nukes coming in will hit the first thing they see, they'll see those first, and that should basically prevent the rest of the fleet from being hit. So I'm toying with the idea of this, like sending out 1 or 2 ships. Once we could, I think we could only do it once we've destroyed these aircraft carriers. We need them removed. They need to be off the table. But we could absolutely move around here and just nuke these aircraft carriers, then start sending our own planes and nukes in towards, as soon as we've got a rough idea of, as to where it is, start hitting it from afar with them, start bombarding it ourselves. Could be a good shout. But we'll give it a whirl, give it a try, and see if we can make that happen next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then.